My own views are that marijuana is no less harmful than alcohol.
Well, as far as Ron Paul, he's basically saying that it shouldn't be a federal thing. Now, I think that a lot of potheads or whatever on YouTube are thinking that that means that he's proposing to make it legal throughout the country. But I think that in general, every time Ron Paul says something, what he means is not a federal regulation, but that could mean that every single state now has an emergency quorum, right, and immediately makes it illegal in their state, right?
Okay, I'll answer the question now. Thank you for your commentary. Let's assume, we are talking about federal law. So, yes, the federal marijuana law ought to be abolished. It ought to be taken off the banned list. All states have drug laws already. Essentially, no state that I know is relying on federal drug laws for their own state code. We know that in California and in Washington State, your doctor can write you a prescription for marijuana. Basically, now in Virginia, that's not true. And those states are doing it irrespective of the federal law. You know, their own state laws say that medical marijuana is fine. And you know, what's really interesting is that there's been a little bit of a kerfuffle and a dust-up, because apparently FBI agents have gone into those states and busted people, pharmacies, and drugstores. And it's become quite a bone of contention in terms of federalism and how it's going to operate. I mean, these people were operating under legal California law, and the feds came in and started arresting them. That's not a good thing. So certainly abolishing the, I don't want to say abolishing the federal law. There's, as far as I know, there's a list, you know, saying these substances are class 3, class 4.
He's even talking about making heroin sort of legal at the federal level.
Class 2. Maybe he does want to abolish all federal drug laws. I don't know, and leave it up to the states. One thing I do know was that I would want my state to keep things like heroin and meth completely banned. They have no useful purpose whatsoever.
Right.
And the societal costs are basically tremendous. We can argue the finer points of federal or state controls on these drugs. Certainly, I happen to think that marijuana is a recreational drug and has no physical addiction. So, don't need it at the federal level. And I would like to see actually individual states ease up on it too. So, anyway, that's my position.